About 2 weeks ago, I made a video in which I tried to beat Inazuma 11 Strikers with just the default Raimon team. You guys clearly loved the idea, so today we try the challenge again. Can you beat Inazuma 11 Strikers with Royal Academy? Last time I said that Raimon was probably the weakest team, but after some thinking I realized that Royal Academy was probably worse. While they do have decent co-op shots like Death Zone and Emperor Penguin #2, nearly all attackers are wood type, meaning that fire moves can stop us dead on our tracks. And because air block moves are quite uncommon in this game, getting type advantage would be unlikely. On top of that, TP draining is way harder because both Jude and Swing only have co-op shots which drain 3 of my attackers' TP, unlike Raimon where you can shoot with Steve, Max, Sam, and so on. Anyway, the rules are the same as last time. I must start every match with the default Royal Academy formation, but unlike last time, I don't get any substitutes because in this game Royal doesn't have any. If I lose a match, the video is over. I only get 1 attempt per match. The opponent is on the highest difficulty, meaning that their players are maxed out. But to give myself a fighting chance, I also maxed out all of Royal Academy's players. But unlike last time, there are no moves that I can unlock by leveling up friendship bonds. With all this in mind, I started the first match. Let's go! Royal Reborn. Because Royal Academy was 1 letter too long.
Let the match begin!
Raimon is first. With them being the first team, it should be easy, right? Right? We nearly instantly give the ball to Raimon and they launch Dragon Crash +1. We managed to stop it with Drill Smasher. We then launch Emperor Penguin #2, but because Jude's kick stat sucks, it gets stopped. They then do Dragon Crash again, but King stops it. We fumble around, trading possession of the ball over and over before Hatch finally launches Death Zone, scoring the first goal. Yes!
Goal!
Jude tries again with Emperor Penguin, but he misses again. We try to launch Wrath Shot with Bloom, but then it's halftime. We give Jude some vitamins because he desperately needs it, and we also give some to Bloom for no reason in particular. When the match continues, Axel instantly launches Fire Tornado from half a field away. Then Steve launches Rolling Kick. And I get worried that they're gonna drain all of King's TP. Luckily, we recover the ball and Jude calls his Penguins again. Surely with his vitamins he... You know, I'm not even surprised. Anyway, Swing then launches Death Zone, but Mark manages to stop it this time. We both keep launching shots to no avail and the match ends 1-0. So, the first match ends in 1-0. I feel like this does not bode well for the following matches. Well, let's see how the match against the Royal Academy went. Honestly, this match went about as well as the one against Raimon. We battle for possession of the ball when Martin suddenly bursts out laughing. We start spamming shots to drain King's TP, but to no avail as he recovers his TP before we manage to get another shot off. Then, the strangest thing happened.
Penguin #1! What an incredible shot!
What?
Power shield!
Goal! They've scored the first goal!
I did it!
Huh? What?
Huh?
At the next Wrath Shot, we get King begging on his knees to spare him.
Please help me.
This time, King uses Beast Fang, which is insane to me considering he just saw Power Shield was enough against the level 3 shot. At the end of the first half, Royal's Jude launches Emperor Penguin #2 and you can just hear the joy in my voice when King stops it. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah!
Brilliant save from the keeper!
There's not much that happens in the second half. We shoot a few shots, they stop them. They shoot a few shots, we stop them. The match ends in 1-0. So, after 2 matches, they have both ended 1-0. I'm scared of the matches near the end of the game. Well, for now, let's see what we can do against Zeus. The match starts and we instantly start attacking. While Zeus's defense keeps us from shooting at first, Aphrodite nearly gets a chance to shoot, but we stop it. Jude then launches Emperor Penguin #2, but I wasn't confident that it was gonna work.
Emperor
don't think this will get through.
Look at that power!
Oh my, yes!
Goal!
The match continues and we pass to swing! Oh, nice. He pulls off Death Zone and we make the 2-0. Nice!
Oh, it went in!
That's just the first of
That's just the first of
many.
many. Yeah, you can probably tell that I like swing. I then tackle Hermes and he makes a funny sound. Ip. But he doesn't like that I mocked him and so he flattens me. Martin then laughs again when we take the ball back. Love Martin. Anyway, Jude shoots and he scores a 3-0 right before halftime. After halftime, Aphrodite and Demeter each shoot from half the field away and King stops both of their shots. I launch the Penguins again, but Poseidon decides to stop it for once. Swing then launches Death Zone and we break through. Jude then decides it's his turn again, but Poseidon refuses to let Jude score again. During injury time, we fire up Swing for another goal attempt, but Hatch doesn't have TP.
We're heading into injury time.
Oh, Hatch doesn't have TP. He does now!
What an amazing strike!
Yes!
Goal!
Whew.
A hat-trick, ladies and gentlemen.
That's just the first of many.
Zeus to kick
That's
off
your
when
third.
things get
Zero
going.
TP.
Let's claw this back.
Yes. With that last shot stopped, we win the match 5-0.
Victory indeed. Both
Third
teams gave
match,
it their all.
finally.
They couldn't be separated.
Oh my goodness. As you can tell, I was relieved to not have an incredibly tense match for once. After that absolute stomp, let's see how Raimon II does. The match starts off and we get Swing to pull off Death Zone, but Darren manages to stop it. Afterwards, Sean Frost gets the ball and nearly shoots, giving me mild panic.
Neither team is giving the other an inch. What's this?
Next. But we counter by doing Emperor Penguin number 2. However, it gets stopped. Sean gets the ball again and you can just hear the stress in my voice. Oh, we're missing no queens! Oh! We pull off one more Death Zone before halftime, but it gets stopped. As a result of Rose's incompetence, I share some vitamins between the players. Sean manages to shoot, but he only manages to get Eternal Blizzard, and I stop it. After some more battling, Swing pulls off another Death Zone.
Look at that power.
Look at
Yeah!
Goal!
Jude then pulls off Emperor Penguin number 2 again, but Mark stops it while he's falling? Anyway, the match ends 1-0. Up next, Chaos. Chaos is a team where, again, I didn't expect to break through the keeper because he has fire moves, while nearly all my players and moves are wood type. One of the exceptions to this is Swing because he is an air element player. I get him to shoot and you can hear my confusion when he breaks through. What? Huh?
Goal! They
Huh?
scored the first goal.
That's just the first of many.
Okay. Decaprim. I vitamin on my players and Chaos decides to brutally unalive Swing. Swing shoots Death Zone again, but this time Grant stops it. After halftime, Gazelle shoots Northern Impact, but even with my controller disconnecting, King manages to stop it.
What an amazing strike.
Nah.
You won't get past. Beast flag.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah! Oh. I proceed to sneeze to light Sanford on fire. Swing pulls off one more Death Zone, it gets stopped, and the match ends 1-0. Alias Academy was one of the few teams that wasn't horrible to face, mostly because their keeper, Dvalin, is below average to say the least. In the first half, he lets through Death Zone not once, but twice, and that's without using vitamins. After halftime, Mercury pulls off Gaia Break, which breaks through Beast Fang, but luckily we're still in the lead. However, we liked it a bit better when we were 2 points ahead, and so we instantly score again with Death Zone, ending the match 3-1. The Dark Emperors were scary to face, mostly because they have a few really good co-op shots. Swing pulls off Death Zone instantly, but it gets stopped. Nathan nearly pulls off Dark Phoenix, but Martin, thank God, saves the day. Samford then shoots Death Zone and he breaks through. I could go on about the rest of this match, but it was uninteresting. I decided to cut the rest of the match out, and instead we'll be watching grass grow. Thrilling. Inazuma National is up next. While this match started off with Legendary Wolf from Sean Frost, Inazuma National did not pose much of a threat after the first attack. We managed to pull off Death Zone not once, not twice, but 3 times. Also, what I haven't shown you throughout this video is the amount of times I've been trying to score with Bloom. Bloom only has Raft Shot, and most of the keepers later in the game can just catch it without doing a move. I've been keeping track of statistics of my players, and I have 5 slots in each category. For top scores, there are 4 candidates so far: Hatch, Jude, Samford, and Swing. And considering it feels very unsatisfying to leave that 1 slot empty, I've been trying like a madman to get Bloom to score. And in this match, he succeeded. Anyway, Swing gets 2 more Death Zones through, and Xavier manages to pull off Meteor Blade once. And because King didn't have any TP, he managed to break through Drill Smasher, ending the match 5-2. Much like last time, Neo National was a team I was actually worried about. Even more so than some of the previous team. Like last time, Infinite Wall was gonna stop any shot I threw at it. And I mean for real this time. Last time I managed to break through with Prime Legend, but this time there is no way for me to get type advantage, only for me to be even with King. So my only hope was to drain King's TP and hope to get through his weaker moves. We start draining TP instantly, and King then decides to use Power Shield against Twin Boost, putting us in the lead. Anyway, we continue draining King's TP, I do Rash Shot which gets stopped, followed by another Twin Boost. This time, King has learned not to do a Power Shield, and as such he does Drill Smasher, but he's still not strong enough and lets it through. Funnily enough, the next Twin Boost he decides to do Infinite Wall, and you wouldn't believe it, but we actually managed to get... Okay, that's a bit of a stretch. Anyway, the rest of the match is just me trying to drain King's TP, but failing at doing so, and the match ends 2-0. International All-Stars are up next. We instantly launch Emperor Penguin number 1, but it gets stopped. Then we launch Death Zone, it gets stopped. Now, let me introduce you to a technique I call instant TP draining. In this game, there's an item called Fine Veggies, which instantly refills the bar with which you can use shots. You can use 3 items per game. You can probably see where this is going. If you use this item 3 times, you can easily drain the entirety of a keeper's TP bar. However, I decided to use Fine Veggies only once, and as such, I failed to fully drain all of the keeper's TP. Even when we fully drain the keeper's TP, Helio manages to stop Wrath Shot just by catching it. We then enter the second half where Partners instantly does Paladin Strike, which gets stopped. We then do another Death Zone, which Helio stops. Afterwards, International All-Stars Defense decides to kick into high gear, stopping us from doing any shooting attempts. Near the end of the second half, I decide to commit to instant TP draining again, hoping to score at least once. However, because the International All-Stars kept their defense airtight, we only managed to launch Death Zone near the end of the second half. Like last time, I'm not giving up on a draw, so let's continue. And so our journey crossed the path of the Dark Angels. Because Astaroth only has 1 move, you'd think TP draining would be decently easy. However, the end only costs 30 TP, meaning Astaroth can do it at least 6 times in a row. Even more if he recovers TP in the process. And because there's no way I'm gonna drain that much TP with Royal Academy's players, I have no idea how we're gonna go. Wait, Death Zone gets through? So, even though I did have to use vitamins to score, I didn't expect to get through the end in the first place. Anyway, all this has led us to the end of the second half already, because this first goal was made after halftime. However, not too long after, Sanctus pulls off Shadow Ray, and we all know that at this point my keeper can't save a shot like that. At this point I was happy to end this game in a draw, but Swing got one more chance to use his vitamin boosted legs to launch another death zone.
Oh, it went in!
Well, hey, I did it!
Get him,
The other
Swing!
worldly dark-
The Dark Angels then try to take the ball again. And while they do manage to get the ball, they don't have time for another attack, giving us the victory. Now we're here. This is it. Team Ogre. Who knew Royal Academy would even make it past the first few Alias teams? Now we're here, facing the final boss of the default game. Right from the get-go, I knew this match would be about meter management. If my defenders were caught with no meters filled, Ogre's attackers would dribble past and make a goal. Obviously, I didn't allow that to happen. Okay, last time we also started a match with Team Ogre scoring. Let's try instant TP draining again. While we do get some shots off, the amount of effort it takes for us to get back to the front line allows Ogre's keeper to regain enough TP to make our efforts meaningless. Anyway, it's all fine as long as Ogre doesn't manage to shoot again. I might be going insane here. At this point, I thought I'd never come back. We tried Wrath Shot, Death Zone, Twin Boost, Wrath Shot, Twin Boost, but to no avail. After all that effort, we finally launched one more Death Zone and we managed to make the 2-1. But now, it's showtime. There's not much time left in this match, but anything that we shoot will get through the keeper. We do Wrath Shot with Bloom, but the keeper can do Electro. Injury time starts. Hatch dashes through while fired up and does Wrath Shot. Well, that's it. There's no way it's gonna score. Keeper stops it. The ref blows his whistle, and that's it. First loss of this series. There's only one thing I can say about this match. Well played, Team Ogre. Well played. Let me ask you a question. This game has 13 teams, of which I have now used 2 to do this challenge. I wouldn't mind doing more teams, but here's the catch. After Zeus and maybe Raimon II, there's not many teams which will make good videos for this challenge, because at that point, the teams get a lot stronger, and I'm afraid that those videos will not be very entertaining, because you can probably guess how far I will get. Here's the question I wanted to ask. Would you want to see this challenge continue with Zeus and or Raimon II, or even the teams after them? This series isn't going anywhere, but I feel like going through all the teams will get more and more boring as the teams get progressively stronger. If you agree, let me know. If I do end up deciding against using the next teams, I have different lineups planned for this series, so there's definitely more videos to come. Anyway, I hope that you all enjoyed this video as much as the last one, and I'll see you in the next one.